So now we come to the little details which are happening on the hi-hat. So what's happening here is let's work through this methodically. So again with this, I'm basically trying to replicate what's being played, programmed, as much as I can, which is physically possible. So what I mean by that is there's a lot of subdivided 16th notes, so therefore 32nd notes, that are happening, but obviously when you program something, you can you can overlay a subdivided thing. But what I mean is, for instance here on the first backbeat, I need to physically hit the backbeat with my right hand, but there's a subdivision happening underneath that. So again, what I'm doing is I'm just playing the first half of the subdivision in that section because I need to physically use my right hand to play the backbeat, so I can't really fit in the other subdivision. So the first subdivision is happening on the last 16th note of beat 1. So again, like I was saying, a lot of stuff is happening. There's a lot of lead happening with the left hand. So that, what I mean by subdivision is where we would play one hit, we're playing two basically. So this is quite tricky. So if your double stroke rolls are good, this should be quite straightforward. If not, you might need to work on them a little bit. But if you play it nice and slowly, you can just do two hits. So that's falling like this. So you see on that last 16th note, I'm subdividing, playing two hits instead of one. So this becomes this. That's the subdivision. Did that. So therefore those become 32nd notes because we're playing 16th notes already. Then the next subdivision is happening on the last 16th note of beat 2. Now because we don't have to get to play a backbeat, we can subdivide. We're subdividing two hits. So on 4A and on 2A and beat 3. So that up to beat 3 is going to sound like this. So you see there I'm subdividing again on beat 2A and then on 3. So 2A and beat 3 is like this. Okay, this is where it does get tricky. Okay, so I'll have this transcription that I've written. Always remember that this is my interpretation, so it might not be 100% correct, but it physically, for the physicality of playing this track on a drum kit, and my interpretation is how I would approach it, how I would play it. Okay, so yeah, and then so beat 3, this is where we've got those two kicks that are happening on the 16th note of 3E and 3A, which is this. So, going across into beat 3, we've kind of got that subdivision. So, it's easier if I sort of play beats 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so hopefully that kind of makes sense. So you're subdividing on beats 2A and beat 3, and then you're back for the next two kicks just with straight 16th notes. So those are the tricky kind of subdivisions. And then just to make it even more difficult, we've got these two really quick open hi-hats. Now this is pretty tricky. So the first one again is falling with a left hand on 3 ah, so the last 16th note of beat 3. So there's a lot of things happening on the last 16th note in beats 1, 2 and 3, really focusing on that last 16th note position. So we've got an open there with a kick, and then we've got backbeat on 2, backbeat on 4, and then we've got another open on 4E. So yeah, I'll play it up to that second open. Okay, it's really tricky to sort of play that slowly. I mean, it's tricky to play it. It's just very, very strange. So yeah, so both those opens are with the left hand again. And then, just to finish it all off, you've got one more kick drum on the 4 and. So straight after that second open hi-hat, you've got another kick. And then back to the 1. So the whole thing should sound like this. There you go. So yeah, really cool pattern. Really cool pattern. It's very quick as well. The track is quite a lot faster. It's more like this. Okay. The only other thing I'd note with this is the beginning section. Like I said, there's a lot of dropouts and stuff, so the beginning section is just the hi-hat pattern. So maybe beginning with that sometimes is a good idea. So that would just be... and then the kick drum comes in. Sometimes that sort of stuff's really tricky because you've got a really detailed and precision hi-hat pattern going, and then you bring in this bass drum pattern and snare drum pattern. And on the track there's actually, what's actually happening as far as I can hear is that you've got that pattern which we just went over, but also over the, but basically you've got like this, that hi-hat pattern, but then underneath it you've kind of got the kick and snare pattern is basically like an 8th note thing, which it does drop out to at some point, but like a thing like this. Which is just the kick and snare pattern, but just doing 8th notes. So it's kind of got that, but then it's got this over the top, it's got the 16th note hi-hat pattern that we just looked at. So obviously that's impossible to play because we can't play the 16th note pattern and the 8th note pattern. But you obviously get the 8th notes because you're playing the 16th note pattern, so most of those 8th notes are in there. Obviously apart from the ones on the backbeats, but anyway, yeah, you see what I mean. So that, yeah, there's kind of, again with these songs, there's layering up. Obviously when you program patterns you can layer things up. So yeah, I'm just trying to make it, how can I play this on the drum kit in the kind of most sort of straightforward way. So yeah, anyway, hope that helps. Thanks for watching. Check out my Patreon and all that for like exclusive stuff. Yeah, see you on the next one. Thanks a lot, bye.